all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning. You're listening to the Daily Morning Update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. You know, it's great to speak to you every day. It'll be even better if you speak back. Let me know what you think about this product or just say hi. Here's everything you need to know today. Economic jitters and surging supplies from the US to Russia caused oil prices to plunge further, with crude suffering its biggest decline in more than 3 weeks. Futures slid as much as 7.3% in New York yesterday. Last I checked, Brent crude, which only a few days back was hovering over the $60 per barrel mark, had fallen to close to $56 per barrel. The fall in oil prices also led to a surge in the strength of the rupee. Yesterday, its value rose by 1 rupee and 11 paise against the US dollar to stand at 70.45. That's the largest single-day gain in more than 5 years. Watch out for the currency in today's session as well, especially after that big move overnight in crude prices. Also, watch out for the bond yields. The Reserve Bank of India has said that it will buy more government bonds than earlier planned as it looks to address the financial sector's liquidity crunch. It will now conduct 2 open market operation purchases of 15,000 crore rupees each in December. That scales up its total liquidity injection to 50,000 crore rupees for the month. That's 10,000 crore rupees more than earlier planned. The 10-year bond yield at close of trade yesterday stood at 7.34%. In the world of politics, after Madhya Pradesh, the Assam government has approved a farm loan waiver for nearly 8 lakh farmers in the state. The loans to be waived amount to 600 crore rupees. And speaking about farm loans, on Tuesday, Rahul Gandhi said that he would not let Prime Minister Modi sleep till all farm loans had been waived. And it seems in the spirit of giving, the Gujarat government too has joined the club. It has waived power bills of rural households, farmers and small businesses that faced disconnection for not paying up. According to Saurabh Patel, the energy minister of the state, there are 622,000 such connections across villages with bills worth 650 crore rupees pending. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, speaking about the goods and services tax that his government introduced, has said that there is an attempt to ensure that 99% of the items under the tax net attract sub 18% GST. In news that you've probably been tracking for a while now, Yes Bank recommended to the Reserve Bank of India the name of its board member, Brahm Dutt, for the post of chairman. The seat has been vacant since Ashok Chawla resigned in November. In other news, Carlyle Group LP is seeking to double its holding in Indian mortgage lender PNB Housing Finance, reversing an earlier attempt to pare its stake in the company. That's a Bloomberg story. And finally, in things that you should watch out for today, the Federal Reserve began its 2-day meeting yesterday and a decision on rates will be out tonight. But what's likely more crucial is any indication of the future course of action that the US Central Bank is likely to take. Let's talk about international markets. US stocks ended mostly higher, with the S&P 500 ending flat and the Dow and the Nasdaq climbing 0.3 and 0.4% respectively. Stocks in Asia have begun the session mixed this morning, with the Nikkei losing 0.3% in early trade and the Kospi moving the same amount in the other direction. With that, it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Agam. How are we looking?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. A day marked by average turnovers, we did see the benchmarks advance, with the Nifty closing about 10,900. Per the SGX Nifty futures, at this point in time, we're expecting the indices to open higher. But what are the stocks that we're watching out for in today's day of trade? Let's start off with J. Kumar Infra Projects JV, which has received EPC orders worth 1,349 crores from the National Highways Authority of India for the state of Delhi. IDFC Bank sets December 31st as record date for determining the shareholders of Capital First who shall be entitled to receive shares of the bank as consideration to the scheme of amalgamation of Capital First and its two arms with IDFC Bank. In other news, we also have Yes Bank, where it says that it has sold 2.1% stake in Fortis Healthcare. the bank has been selling the shares of the healthcare company in various tranches. In terms of key meetings, we also have Shoppers Stop, which will meet the heads of Rare Enterprises and JM Financial Services among other investors today. Lemon Tree Hotels will also be in focus as it signs a license agreement for 69-room property in Pune. This hotel is expected to be operational by March next year. And finally, some good news for those who are interested in derivatives. SEBI has approved weekly options contracts of the Nifty 50, which should be introduced soon. Well, these are just some of the stocks that we are going to be in focus in today's Day of Trade, but don't forget to read our morning edition of All You Need to Know on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam. Well, that's all we have for you on this podcast, but there's a lot more on the website, BloombergQuint.com, so do check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.